I got nothing to live for anymore. So I tried to commit suicide. So imagine my parents lost their daughter, suicide. And now here I am taking my medication, trying to take my own life. I was in a coma close to 3 months, if I remember quite well, because my memory really went funny. I was in a coma for a very long time. And I had to learn how to speak again, you know. My speech could never connect because my brain was really damaged, you know. And I had to learn how to walk. And my memory, most of my memory was wiped out, I could say, because I had to remember certain people. And coming back into society again, I'd say that from hospital back home, you think people are going to feel pity for you. Oh, he tried to kill himself, saying, let's make sure that he's all right. Let's talk to him. Nah, people don't act like that. They'll criticize you. How can you do that, Lekhetho? Your parents just lost their daughter and now you're selfish enough to do this. They will never address the fact that you are depressed too, you are going through a lot. They can never say, okay, for you to reach this stage, what's the grassroots? What's happening down there? They only judge what they see, you know? So in a way, that was a dark point in my life. I mean, probably my parents would try to help, but I don't remember because I was so deep into depression.
Yes.
It was a dark hole, you know.
You're overwhelmed.
I was overwhelmed, you know.
And what triggered that suicidal attempt? Is there any specific event that happened?
Yeah, there was this certain somebody that I have a child with. And she started doing her own businesses on the side. And so I found out about it. It sounds very stupid, hey? Because you are a person who seek validation from people. You lean so much into people and you believe that without them, you're nothing. And when that relationship went haywire, I felt like it's the end of it. I have no friends. Don't have a job. I have a child that I can't support. And you know what? One thing I can remember, fame has its own dark side of it. When you're not famous anymore, there's that depression that comes with it. And I think not having fame already played a part in me. So it's just a whole lot of bunch of things. And there's a point where I'm done. And you don't just decide right there and then. It's something that you plan gradually, quietly. You see it happening. How am I going to do it? Who's going to feel pain? Who's going to miss me? You don't talk about it, but you manifest it. You see it. You see it. Until that one day you say, today's the day. This is the day I'll do it. And there's no fear. There's just, I just want to sleep. And somehow stupidly you believe that you're going to sleep and then you're going to open one eye and say, I told you I'm going to kill myself. I told you that you're going to miss me. When you're gone, you're gone. That's the end of you. These people will mourn, they will feel pain, but trust me, they will move on. So I was stupid enough to take my medication at that time that I was taken from a different doctor before I went to that certain hospital. So yeah, that's basically it. And having this support structure of my fiance, now my life is getting better and better. My mental state is improving. I had an idea. I was like, you know, there's so many people who are going through what I'm going through. And now that I'm 1 foot out, I really want to lean back and pull others out of it, you know. There are some guys in the who were going through what I was going through in their own respective way, right? And I wanted to go back and pull them out. But how am I going to do that? I was like, maybe you should start a foundation. She's like, oh yeah, ne? So I'd heard of the word Ts'ane, which is Ts'ane, and the behavior of this grass. Like whenever there's a storm, there's whatever, there's grass would lie down and you presume that it's dead. Only when the sunshine comes again, it will rise, but it will rise twice as strong. So it kind of resonates with my life story. I was there, I went down, and I'm rising back again. So I was like, yeah, Ts'ane Foundation, how about that? We're like, yeah, definitely. So we did the whole registration of this Ts'ane Foundation. And when I started going fully into helping people with depression, anxiety, suicide attempts, and all that, you see the magnitude of how much our youth is struggling in this country. Unemployment, drug abuse, neglection, and oh my God, you know, our youth went to school, went to colleges, went everywhere. But unemployment rate is so high. And these people are like, either I'm going to step into criminal life, quick money, or I'm just going to unalive myself, or I'm going to take drugs to better myself, to make myself feel better, you know? And we travel into different schools with Ts'ane foundations, high schools, we go to villages, we visit, we do one-on-ones as well, where we talk to Batwana le Bothata. How na le bothata, the first thing what we acknowledge, I have a problem. And that's the first thing that's about, how can we help you going forward? We have professional counselors who are volunteering, and I really want to applaud them. They're like, okay, Lekhetho, we see your vision and we want to support you. And it's not easy because we give free counseling, right? And you only pay for registration. It's very hard to reach certain places trying to assist a lot of people because somebody can call from Mokotlo. We do via WhatsApp calls and all that. But sometimes somebody wants to sit down with you and have a talk, you know? And Ts'ane Foundation has opened so many doors for the youth, really, because we do different activities where they could focus on building themselves, building corporates, you know. Metseng ya bone e fapaneng ha ba ikopantse ba ka etsa di-cabbage ba etsang ba qalele di-business tsa bona ko bone. And these are the things that we need more. I can't do it by myself. There are other, like Ntati Park, where a friend of mine, you know, Mosong Malena Councillor about it, all that. We need that. And we also need young males and female counselors, because right now, how to tamawe Ntate Mama, some kids feel like that is not relevant. How can take it? It's a key pillar, right? You know, we need young, we need youth, we need vibrant, we need to do more awareness campaigns focusing at our youth. That's basically what we do at Ts'ane Foundation right now.
That's amazing. You're really doing amazing work.
Thank you.
Now let's look at this from maybe all angles now. Let's talk about bipolar itself. I mean, some people don't understand it. In your own words, can you tell us what it feels like? What are some of the symptoms of bipolar?
Oh, okay. A lot of people would say, oh, okay, get depressed, you know, oh, it's like a depression, you know. Bipolar is, how can I put this? I want to put it in the most basic way so that somebody can understand.
Yes.
It's a collection of different things. Some of the symptoms is not willing, your hobbies, right? You leave your hobbies. You're not interested in doing what you used to love. You forget about yourself, cleanliness. You don't want to bath anymore. Most of us don't want to go outside. Most of the time, you want to close your blinds and stay indoors. You are angry most of the time. And when you're angry, you are vexed. You are absolutely mad. You know, you are dangerous even to yourself. When you're excited, you get overly excited. You know, you can give away even your own car. Yeah, you know, you become like that. Your emotions are not balanced, you know, either you're too high or too low. And we have something that calls hypomanic. Hypomanic is a stage where all these things are collected in one, where really don't want to go out, you're too excited, you have too much energy. Sometimes you spend so much time, you don't sleep. I remember at one point I could spend a month and I could count less than 10 hours of sleep in a whole month. and you are exhausted, extremely exhausted. And when you do work, you become a workaholic. You want to work on this. When you become lazy, you become extremely lazy. I don't want to do it. You postpone things. You're not reliable anymore. So it's that connection of a collection and connection of things. And also, just because today you feel lazy and 3 days later you still feel lazy, and now you think, oh my God, I have bipolar. No, you have to stretch in a space of a month. Let's say three weeks, right? And it needs to be constant like that. Then there's a problem. You need to visit your doctor, go counseling, talk to somebody, talk to a professional, and don't Google it. Because once you Google it and read about it, you'll be like, oh my, I'm bipolar. I'm bipolar, But yeah, you need to talk to specialists and seek help as soon as possible.
That's very important what you're saying, because most of the time now we go to Google and diagnose ourselves.
Yes, self-diagnose. No. Yeah.
And what are the challenges of maybe day-to-day challenges of living with bipolar?
Well, I'll tell you challenges for people who live around me.
Right.
Mood swings.
Right.
Oh, they're terrible. Wow. Yeah. Sorry.
You dozed off for a second there. You disappeared.
Yes.
What's on your mind?
It's because it's really bad to see people around you who care about you hurt because of the way you are. And yet they know that you're not pretending to be like this, Oh, wow. I'm talking about my kids. I'm talking about my wife. She was my fiance then, but she's my wife now. Thank God. And you see these people going through pain. I wake up in the morning, the kid's excited. Hey, Pops. I'm like, hey. It's not because I don't want to talk to them. It's because I'm in a space where I just don't want to talk. I don't feel like talking. There's no energy to talk. There's nothing to talk about. Literally, I'm just blank. My wife would try to open the curtains and I'd be like, can you just please close them? It's like, oh, okay. They'll play TV. I'd be like, please turn it down. We cooked something that we know you love the most in the way that I love it. No, I don't want to eat, and it hurts them. And that time when they feel like, okay, let's just give him his space. Mood changes. Next day, yeah, wakey, wakey. They're like, okay, Garrett, hi. It's sad. And for me, it's tiring because I don't know how I'm going to wake up tomorrow. Am I going to wake up in a good mood? Going to wake up in a sulky mood? How's it going to be? It's not predictable. But having my medication at least tries to put me somewhere in between. But it's really painful for people who live around me. And sometimes I get mad. Still, I get mad. But not like I used to before. And with simple things, why didn't you wash your dish? For you, you could just say, hey, I don't take it like that. I'm just that barking thingy, and I don't like it. I wish I could just be like everybody else, like make sure clean, okay? And the kids would be like, hey, Aunt, okay, thank you. That's me on my good days.
Do they understand bipolar?
Yes, we had to actually sit them down. We sat them down, explain everything, and they were sad. They felt sorry for me because kids are angels, You're mad at them now and they feel like they're scared of you. But once you tell them of the situation, they forgive you just like that. That's the most wonderful thing about kids.
Right.
Yes.
What's the most extreme thing you have done? Maybe when you were manic.
Which one can I pick?
There are many.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to go back. It's been a while since I really lost it. Wow. I mean, one, I've stolen my parents' car because I just didn't want to be around them. I left Lesotho. I went to live in Pretoria with other concerned. I was so normally in the morning, I used to switch on that car, warm it up, clean it up, get it ready for them to go to work. So that day, I thought I was going to do the same thing. So I just start the car up, took all my clothes, put them in a car, and just drove off. And when you do that, you feel you have every reason to do it. You feel like, nah, I deserve this. I don't want to be around here. This place reminds me of my sister. You always have like reasons. Mm-hmm. The other one, I was going to see my child. I wanted to go see my child, my firstborn, Paul. And this lady would never let me see my child. So I was drinking. I knocked on the door. I remember that. It's like, Lekhetho Khama, I know I came to see my son. You know, and I told her, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Please just unlock the door. I want to see my son. So I went off, sat down for a bit somewhere, came back 15 minutes later, and I knocked. They didn't reply. I knocked. They didn't answer. I knocked. I could hear them talking. I lost it. Took a brick, broke the window. Started trashing the whole house. Walked into the house. The way they looked at me, it's like they see a ghost. They were freaked out. I don't know how I appeared or anything, but you lose yourself for a bit. You lose yourself and you come back. And when you come back, you're like, oh, by it's extreme. I mean, there's so many things, examples that I can give you.
Right.
Yeah, but since they involve other people, I really don't want to. Yes, but when it gets bad, it used to really, really get bad. You know, I really had to get help, you know. Yeah, it was really bad.
Support plays a very big role in your life. And it seems like, I mean, in the introduction, you told us that your background, you have a supportive environment, good upbringing, and also you now have support as well from a partner.
From a partner, yeah.
Perspective. How would you say that has molded you and maybe assisted you in your journey?
Looking back and looking at the way my parents love each other, the respect they have, God-fearing, being raised by two parents present in the house, and seeing the way they treat each other, that was a foundation. Being raised going to church, that was number one solid foundation. Because when you fear God, you know a difference between good and bad. You have that angel inside of you that says that's bad. But if you're not raised like that, you don't have fear. You don't second doubt things, especially when you want to do bad things. There's no angel by you or inside of you or that voice that says that's bad. That's bad. Because it nags you. You know it's bad, but you're doing that's bad. But some people, they don't believe they're doing bad things. They just believe, nah, that's part of life. You get life in jack, you know. But how it's about and I think that played a good part. And now having a partner now, my wife, who's such a God-fearing woman, a very religious woman, you know, she reinstilled that fear of God inside of me. Because that's how I'm because and those wow. Now wow. Your mannerism and everything else. The upbringing played a lot, but played a major part.
And I mean, as you talk about your relationship and how supportive it is, and I certainly see the role that your wife has played in your life, and look at where we are now in terms of what we see on the news, reports that we get of gender-based violence. It's so refreshing to see a couple that is maybe modeling a good relationship.
Absolutely.
From a man's perspective now, what would you say are some of the challenges that men face, particularly which might relate to this issue of gender-based violence? Because we wake up now and we see it in the news.
Oh yeah, almost every single day, right? Yeah. Men are very soft, funny enough. And that's one thing very. Women are very strong and men are very soft because women can handle pain and they can deal with pain. Men are not built like that, right? I just want to make this clear so that don't get misinterpreted. Right now, given the economical lifestyle, economical rate of the world, especially in our country, we're quite poor. And Lesotho is among top 3 in the world when we talk about suicide rates, when we talk about murder rates and all that. And most of them are men. But because we still have that stigma that men they don't have a safe haven where they can go and speak out without being judged. They go to a police station to report that my wife is beating me up. We have clients like that. I told them and guess what he does? When he goes back, same violence carries on. What does he do? He takes whatever precautions. He probably analyzed the person or hurt them, because they're not being listened to. And also, economy, but they become depressed. They always believe that I'm a provider, I need to provide, and now, a lot of women now are working and more men are staying at home. And now it's changing the narrative that we so grew up with, And now, motsare bontate o tla kopana le bona dibiring ba qoka tjena le tjena le tjena, mme wa khutla ha motho a modimo ha wa hlatswa dijana wa etsang wena ke mosadi. But motho a modimo ke I'm providing, I'm trying to make our life better. Tjhelete e nyenyane ye o sontso bona hore ke a phetho wena o lo eno o itawa motho no santse e jaja wa ntate hae se go ngwana ka mosadi se ke etsa fotsek ke se tla lo patala bana school fees ke se tla o etsang ke etsang go ke nke bophelo baka. There are a lot of things since di etsala ho bontate ona jwale. We need to create a safe haven for bontate ba lo bua on a serious note. We have awareness campaign where we call brother to brother, where we invite batho ba bontate to come talk, come over, let's sit down here, let's invite dipetlele tse itseng tse sebetsang ka mafu a itseng, ha re invite clinic ya bontate ho batla ho bua ka mafu a bontate a ka ntse bana le bokulo ba bona ba bontate ba tshabang ho bua ka bona hobane utlwa ka wa ho se. But ha re ntse le saka jwalo, really the professionals ba le teng mo, the counselors ba le teng mo, ba kgona ho ba bule sefuba ba tseba this is a safe haven, this is where I can talk to my brother, hence brother to brother. So we need to create such environments going forward. Yes.
No, I mean, that would be great. And I see that your foundation is all encompassing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's all encompassing. And you're also empowering the youth.
Yes.
About mental health.
Mental health.
Yes. That's really good.
Thank you.
I really think you've always been a leader. I remember my cousin.
Yeah.
The day before her funeral. And Pearl.
Yeah.
So the night before, we had Tebelo. Tebelo Kingasho.
Tebelo.
That.
Yeah.
So we had Tebelo, and this is where people come and offer their condolences. It was very somber.
Yeah, it was.
Mostly the older generation was talking, and we're just somber, just overwhelmed. And I remember you stood up and you said you can't just sit there
Mm.
because of the role that Pearl has played in your life, and
Absolutely.
you wouldn't be who you were if
If
she
it wasn't,
hadn't.
yeah.
And then that just opened up a whole line of people who came up and spoke. I thought that was so inspiring.
Yes. I mean, talking about her, my soul rest in peace. That was my soldier right there.
Yeah.
That was a good friend of mine, you know. When she actually nurtured me into radio, you know, she was a very big star. Back then, we're talking about no Facebook, no whatever, but everybody knew who she was, you know, as pretty as she was. Her talent was amazing. And growing up next to her and co-hosting some certain shows, her bringing me to, I remember we once hosted Miss Lesotho together, you know.
Yes.
She opened up doors for me. Whenever a door opened, she would leave it open. She's like, come through, you know, and I need to really pay respect to that and acknowledge her for that, you know. Amazing person that she was. Yes.
I actually have one of those pictures. I think you're wearing beige and black.
Okay.
The both of you were matching for that particular night.
Wow. Yes. That night I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, my life wasn't just full of sadness. I had a very good life, you know.
Right.
Even before the whole mental illness came in and I had to really take care of myself, I really had an amazing life. The one that my parents made for me and the one that I made for myself through music and everything else, you know, it was great. It was great. And all I can tell people is that for you to really bounce back, you really need to hit rock bottom. And when you hit rock bottom, don't dig to go lower. Get up, dust yourself up, and just bounce back. It's not easy, but now at least you know, okay, this one failed. Let me try this. Keep trying until you get there. I'm not there yet. There's a lot that I want to do,
Yes.
And waking up having hope is a most beautiful thing. Wake up having that curtain, the candle burning. It gives you hope. What can I do today? What's new today? Because once you wake up and you don't have hope and you don't have plans, that's not nice. Yes.
I mean, you've done a whole 360 and you're actually even paying it forward.
I'm paying forward.
Yes, you are.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All the best with Ts'ane Foundation.
I'll keep you posted.
Definitely.
Thank you.
There you have it. What an inspiring episode we have had. Our guest has been very candid with their journey and has explained how you can go from the bottom to right back on the top. I just want to also say that there's so much to draw from this interview, particularly around support. Parental support is very important to raise children who will be well balanced and make an impact in life. And we've also learned from LK's story that the support of a partner goes a long way. And let us just try and be supportive to each other and follow our goals, because I think that's exactly what you're doing.
Absolutely.
You're following your goals.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please follow the Face of Mental Health and don't miss the next episode. Thank you so much, LK.
Thank you. wena Lekhetho wa moputso, Lekhetho wa di-flops, you know, Lekhetho wa di-khotho, Lekhetho wa o dula le bo rasta mekhukhu, wena, you're really doing this.